what happened in BC? So in 2008, we started. 2007, it was announced. 2008, we started with $10 a ton on carbon. It's raised $5 a year, and so it is now at $30 a ton. It was raised for 5 years. There's three things about the policy that are really critical. One, it's a revenue-neutral carbon tax. People in this room might understand what that means. It was critical to bring the business sector on board, and Ross can speak more about that. But a note that we can talk about later is the public does not understand revenue neutral. So it's revenue neutral, which means that the money goes back. We now have the lowest corporate tax rate in Canada and the lowest personal tax rate in Canada. So those were the direct benefits. And just to actually say some of the other economic benefits that come from it is we have 13% of the population in Canada lives in British Columbia. We have 22% of the clean tech industry now. We did not have that when we started, before we had the carbon tax. So it does attract and build a new part of your business community. So revenue neutrality is one of the key parts of the policy. The second piece is it's economy-wide. And I would say this is critical as well. One, there's no, everybody pays it, so you don't have just industry paying it. That brings the public involved, and the public gets very engaged. So a study was done last year that shows that the market signal, so $30 a ton, that's about 25 cents on a gallon of gas. It's not actually a lot of money. That the impact of the carbon tax was 5 times what that market signal should have created. And that is because you put a carbon tax in place, everybody talks about it, Arnold Schwarzenegger comes up and is patting your premier on the back, you're getting awards and accolades, the World Bank says you're fantastic. The public knows about it and then is like, oh, there's on my bill carbon tax. Oh, I can game the system. I could reduce my carbon and not pay the carbon tax, and I still have the lowest personal income tax. And so the public does get engaged. So economy-wide critical. The third piece was the scheduled increases. So $10 a ton, really low. Like really, that was pennies on a gallon, on a liter of gas, and it would be pennies on a gallon of gas too. And then these scheduled increases over time. By the time it hit $30 a ton, there wasn't even one media article about it. Every year before that, as soon as it went up, the media went, the carbon tax. But by the end, no. So those are three critical pieces about how it works. It's not a regressive tax. There's a low-income component, so low-income get a tax credit for it. Northern and rural communities get another special tax credit for it, so that it was modeled out to see how can we do this so it isn't impacting certain sections of the population. So that's a bit of a snapshot.
Well, thank you very much, Merran.
Oh, actually, I should give you the final piece of the snapshot, which is, and so how does it do environmentally? Well, so it's been in place for 7 years. Our greenhouse gas emissions have gone down, but more importantly, they've gone down at twice the rate of the rest of Canada. So here, what's the difference? Our fossil fuel consumption has gone down at 16 times the rate of the rest of Canada, down 16%, up 1% in the rest of Canada. Our GDP, strongest in Canada, and the government just introduced a deficit-free budget, and our population is up. So you cannot actually pull out the carbon tax and say the carbon tax is a direct correlation to why our greenhouse gas emissions are happening, but I can say it worked. It has worked, and it's worked politically as well. So there has been an election. The tax was introduced in 2007, started in 2008. There was an election in 2009. The election was actually fought on the carbon tax. So our names of our parties are different than yours, but the right of centre party put this in power. The left of centre party decided that they were going to run a campaign on Axe the Tax. They lost. And there has been another election, and the party who put this in place has continued. So the politics of it are good, the environmental impacts are good, and the economics of it are working very well.